Hi, I welcome you to a new trending topic, cloud computing, important topic, unit wise. So for this topic actually मैं ये बताने जा रहा हूँ कि cloud computing के बारे में what are the topics and what are the units that we need to understand. So just let's get it started. So in the first slide I have written that cloud computing important topic unit wise. What is the topics? What is the agenda of this part is explaining the topics. That will take almost 3 minutes. Then explaining units of the topic. It means that I'll start from the topics, the briefs of the topics. What are those points that people who wanted to understand the cloud computing needs to understand. Then I then I will discuss about the units of the topic. That means what are the subtopics of that brief point, bulleted points. Then the last but not least, I will discuss some bonus explanation about the cloud computing, what is the cloud computing and how it is dealing with the different project or the different organizations. I mean, the organizations are having their own requirement and how cloud computing is fulfilling their requirement. So going to the next slide, there are brief points about the cloud computing. The brief points is IaaS. It it means infrastructure as a service. PaaS, that means platform as a service. SaaS, that means software as a service. So the whole cloud infrastructure is being categorized into three categories. IaaS, those services that is providing infrastructures to the organization or to its customers. What is infrastructure means here? The infrastructure means, suppose I wanted to host one software, one application for the users, so that it is a basic requirement. Now what is required, what are those things that is been required to host this application? So the first thing is the servers that is required there. So infra servers in IT terms, server is an infrastructure for that application that is going to be deployed. So apart from the servers, it requires network also, because your application will be accessible from the public network, so it requires public networks, it required public IPs. Then your application even required some database, so there are some database infrastructure required. So these all things is being provided by the cloud service providers. Now the second point is PaaS, platform as a service. It means that suppose you have created one application that is built on Java or the .NET or the PHP. So these all programming language required some platform where it is been executed, and the page code script has been executed, and the page has been served to the customers. So it is called platform as a service. So which platform it will execute? As we know that the Java application requires JDK, PHP requires some their own platform, like Jam servers, or like some servers that has been required there, Apache servers, and as well as .NET application required the IaaS. So these are the platforms that is been required and been provided by the cloud service provider. That's why it is called platform as a service. Now software as a service, SaaS, that means if an organization wanted one software, ready-made software, then they can use that software directly by signing up onto that software, and the software is been ready for that particular organization. As an example, we can say Salesforce CRM is in SAS, Software as a Service. SAP as an SAS, it is also in Software as a Service. Nowadays, there are multiple softwares that was earlier an application that was being installed into the in premises. Now they all are providing software as a services. So these 3 points I have discussed. Now going deeper into these 3 points. So there are some categories of the software that is been on the base of their deployment or the premises. Some public cloud, like public cloud is that does mean that this cloud is in on the remote server, and you are purchasing their server capacity for your own software. Now private cloud, again private cloud is a type of cloud we are creating into the in premises. And the hybrid cloud is a third type of the cloud which is partially using the private cloud and partially using the public cloud. And the fourth one is the community cloud that is being used for the community software where there are no some less securities, or there are some less facilities. If we want to talk about the securities, we can talk about the facilities. That is to be less in comparison with the earlier one. So there are different cloud providers. The cloud providers are on the base of the Gartner's quadrant. There are some cloud providers, and those cloud providers are on the base of their efficiency, on the base of their capacity, on the base of their support and services. So the Gartner's quadrant has categorized those things that I will come in the next slide. Into this slide I have written something that cloud providers are the main cloud provider are the Amazon Web Services, that is called AWS. The second one is the Microsoft Azure, that is called Azure. And the third one is the Google Cloud Platform, that is called GCP. So these three are the most popular nowadays. Apart from this is not limited to these three. Apart from these, there are multiple softwares, there are multiple cloud providers, but these three are the famous and the popular. So going to the next slide, I show you that there are leaders in the Gartner's quadrant. In the leaders, the Amazon Web Services, Microsoft and Google. These three cloud providers are the leaders quadrant. So this is I think that apart from this, if I'll go to the some deeper topics, what are the deeper things that is the cloud is providing, whether it is the AWS or whether it is the Amazon cloud or the Google cloud. So the first and foremost thing is the IAM. It is an identity managers. That is a type of user management. It's an important thing for any organization or for any application where what the user is having and what the permission, that user is having permission to access the resources. So there are different types of user who can access different types of resources, and this is being categorized, that this is being distinguished by the IAM. Apart from the IAM, there is a VPC. VPC is the virtual private cloud, which we call it's some type of private cloud. It's a type of virtual private network where we are creating the network. So that the zones, the regions, the availability zones, the as location, the regions and zone, regions, availability zones, and the as location. These are the terms where the cloud, by the way of which cloud services has been provided. Like in Asia Pacific zone, we are having regions, we are having some regions like Hyderabad, and we are having like Mumbai. So in either in Hyderabad or in the Mumbai zone availability region, we are having different availability zone. In that availability zone, we are having different ads location. So for this, hi, if you like this info, please like, share, and subscribe this channel.